The city was drowning in rain, as if trying to wash off the blood soaked into its bricks. But some stains never fade. Detective Caleb Rowe lit a cigarette with trembling fingers. He hadn't slept in 3 days. Another body had been found in the industrial district. Throat slit, eyes gouged, a tarot card pinned to the chest. It was the 4th victim this month. All low-level enforcers, all tied to the same name. Nikolai Dravin, the city's invisible kingpin, who ruled from shadows, whose face no one had seen in years. Rowe wasn't chasing a killer. He was chasing a myth. The deeper he went, the darker the trail became. Witnesses vanished. Informants turned up dead. And the tarot cards? Each symbol pointed to something, not just a murderer, but a message. The devil, the tower, death. A pattern was forming, but every piece cut deeper into Caleb's sanity. Then came the call. A girl, maybe 16, bleeding from the mouth, found near the docks, muttering Dravin's name. Rowe arrived before the paramedics. She had something in her hand. A photograph, crumpled and soaked. In the corner of the image stood a face he recognized. His own partner, Detective Shane Mercer. Mercer had vanished 2 years ago during a botched sting. Officially, he was declared dead. But Caleb never bought that. He felt the betrayal in his bones long before this photograph. Now the evidence whispered what he feared. Mercer was alive, and he was working with Dravin. Digging further, Rowe uncovered a web of corruption that reached deep into the department. Names he trusted were on payrolls soaked in blood. Old cases were being altered. Evidence was vanishing. And somewhere in that storm of rot, Mercer had become Dravin's right hand. The final blow came when Rowe found a cassette tape left on his apartment doorstep. No note, just a label. Play me. He did, and the voice on the tape was Mercer's. If you're hearing this, Caleb, you already know too much. Don't try to fix this city. It doesn't want saving. You'll just drown in it, same as me. The tape ended with a single gunshot. But Mercer wasn't dead. Not White-Eye in a desperate move. Rowe arranged a meeting through an old underworld contact. A place no one sane would go after midnight. The furnace, an abandoned underground slaughterhouse turned drug den. And there he was, Mercer, standing beneath flickering lights, his badge hanging from a broken chain like a joke. He didn't look surprised to see Caleb, just tired. Older. Hollow? You shouldn't have come, he said. You left me no choice, Rowe replied. What followed was no shootout. No epic standoff. Just 2 men bleeding truths. Mercer spoke of how Dravin broke him, how the system was already rotten long before they joined it, how he made his choice not for money, but for survival. He offered Caleb the same. You can't fight the city, he said. You become part of it, or you get buried under it. Rowe's answer was a bullet. Mercer fell. No last words. No redemption. Just silence. Outside, the rain kept falling. The city didn't care. Caleb left the scene, dropped his badge into a storm drain, and vanished into the night. Another ghost swallowed by the concrete. But the tarot cards never stopped appearing, and somewhere, in the flickering alleys and broken glass of a city that eats its own, a new name started to spread in whispers: the Devil's Detective.